Mikel, congratulations, 4 goals and a clean sheet away from home. How pleasing was that to watch?
Yeah, it's a very convincing win. To win the last 3 games in Christmas period in the Premier League is not easy. I think today, in phases when the weather was better and the conditions to play were better, I think we played some great football, and then at the end we have to manage in certain moments as well the conditions and the way we had to play because the pitch was really difficult.
Lacazette may get the headlines for his couple of goals, but it was a great, fine solo effort from Kieran Tierney to break the deadlock.
Yeah, I think the first 2 goals, the first action with Kieran, it was terrific. The second one, the combination play between a few players, it was fantastic as well. And the clean sheet is 2 in a row now, and that gives us always a platform to go and win the games. And we look more creative, more threat in the final third, and attacking play was much better again today.
An assist for Kieran as well, and he had a frustrating start to his Arsenal career, but I imagine he's one of the first names on your team sheet now.
Absolutely, it's been fantastic since I've been here. The moment that he got back from his shoulder injury, it's been terrific. It's a lad that gives you absolutely everything. He's improving, he's willing to do better and better, and he brings a great energy and quality to the team.
You said that the 3 games over the festive period could define your season. What do you say now, having taken maximum points?
That I'm so happy that we were able to achieve the target that we had because the table looks completely different. The energy around the place is much better, and wins brings a lot of confidence, and you can see today in the performance the way the team played.
And you now look to start the defence of your FA Cup. How much can you look forward to that competition?
Yeah, great. We've got a week now to prepare another competition. We have great memories from last season, the way we won that cup. So enjoy tonight, enjoy the victory, and go back home if the weather allows, and be ready for the next one.
Thank you.
That cup. So enjoy tonight, enjoy the victory, and go back home if the weather allows, and be ready for the next one.
Thank you, Mikel.
Thank you.
Kieran, congratulations, a convincing win to start the year off, but I suppose more importantly it was about continuing from where you left off.
Yeah, 100%. Wanted to build up wins, build up points, climb up the table. In the last few games we've done that.
3 wins in a row for the first time this season. What do you think has been the turning point?
It's just consistent hard work. We've not changed anything for the last 3 games. We've been working hard every day, like we were in the dry spell as well, but it's eventually coming together now.
Fortunately, you don't have to play in many games with conditions like this. You adapted to it fairly quickly, though.
Yes, it is what it is. Playing in Scotland my full career as well, it's kind of used to that in a bit of cold weather, so it hurts nobody.
It was a superb goal to break the deadlock for yourself. Just talk us through it. When did you decide to go it alone?
The boys are calling it a cross, so I'll need to watch it back. Obviously I'm delighted for the goal. I don't score many, but I'll need to go in and see it again.
I say, is it about consistency now? Do you feel like you've built a good platform now to build a good run now?
It's progression. It isn't going to be we're going to win every game to the end of the season. It's hard work's going to get us there. As I said, it's about building points, getting up the table, and just catching the team in front of you. That's all we can look, and the next game's always the most important one.
And we know very well momentum is everything in this game, isn't it? But I love the fact he said the boys were calling his goal a cross. It was a beautiful goal, wasn't it, Paul? It was brilliant.
It was a fantastic goal, and it was actually a fantastic performance from Tierney. I think him and Saka have been a shining light for Arsenal this season. But he doesn't get many goals.
No, this was his first one.
The thing is, when you don't get many goals, they're normally spectacular goals. And here, you know, great bit of play here. You think he's just going to cross it there, but he's tips over it, and you think, go on. And what a wonderful finish. I mean, it's a fantastic finish. If that had been Lacazette or Aubameyang, everyone would have been talking about him, wouldn't they?
Yeah, he's just a great player. I really like him, whether he plays as a wing-back or as a left, he can play as a centre-back. But look, if he can do this, just saying there, Jai, can he maybe get out to him? He's not marking anyone in there. Lacazette, you know, has got Ivanovic is with him, but take nothing away from Arsenal. That's how they played all game. Everything about them was first class. You know, everything was quality in these final areas. They've got plenty of bodies in the box, which they haven't had in the past. And, you know, nice to hear from Tierney as well, because he speaks great. And I think he's the type of character they need. The best players are the young kids, whether it's Martinelli or Saka or Tierney. They're the ones that got to build their future on. I know Aubameyang and William, but these are the guys Mikel Arteta's got to build around.
Yeah, and you speak about the young players. We've been talking not just about Kieran Tierney, Smith Rowe, we've been talking about all of them, but Saka. Saka is one of the shining lights of this Arsenal team. He's impressed for the last couple of weeks. Even when Arsenal were going through their really bad patch, he was the shining light. And again, he's impressed today.
Well, Look, he's a fabulous player. I mean, you think about Arsenal spent, what, £70 million on Pepe? Because they thought he was going to have this impact. And this kid came through the academy for free, and he's lighting it up. Whether he plays off the right, plays off the left, he's a fabulous player. You see Sawyer's there. He's got Smith Rowe, but he just leaves him. And credit Saka there. He just sits in a little pocket. He's in between O'Shea and Diangana. He's not really sure who to pick him up. And because Big Sam played that back three with wing-backs, they're all over the place. And Arsenal's play is fabulous between the young guns, and they absolutely tore them apart.
He's got bags of potential, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. And just, he doesn't just pass and stand still. He passes and wants to get in the box, wants to get, for him it's about insisting and scoring goals. Before the game, that we were disappointed about having him being the talisman of an Arsenal team. Sometimes you can see why when you watch performances like that.
We've been talking about him so much. Let's hear from him now. Here's Bukayo Saka.
Bukayo, congratulations on the 3 points. What a great way for Arsenal to start the new year.
Yes, the perfect way to start the new year. We've now won 3 games in a row, so we just want to keep building on this momentum, and we're really happy with this performance. 2
lovely goals in the first half. The first from Kieran Tierney,
yes.
Great individual effort,
yes.
Which looked like something off the PlayStation.
No, KT deserves that. And he's been
Kieran Tierney,
yes.
Great individual effort,
yes.
Which looked like something off the PlayStation.
No, KT deserves that, man. He's been putting in amazing performances all year, and I just told him to keep going, keep trying, and he showed us something that none of us have seen before, right foot top corner, so we're all so happy when it went in.
Tell us about your one as well, because it was a great team goal.
Yeah, amazing team goal, we just linked up so good, me, Lacazette and Mill, all one touch, and then luckily I got the tap-in, open goal, and I love those type of goals.
You've had a great festive period. You look like you personally were really enjoying yourself in that blizzard out there.
Yeah, it was so cold, but I was getting so many touches in good positions, and I had a lot of chances to cross and shoot. So yeah, I enjoyed the game a lot.
Sancho.
He looks like he's really enjoying himself. And actually, we were just having the conversation as we were watching that interview about his best position, because he's so versatile, isn't he? What do you think?
I mean, for Arsenal, I think he can play on the left, he can play off the right, he can play as a number 10, he can be seen him play this season as a left-back.
Yeah, we saw him.
Let's just say he can play multiple positions. And you don't want to be known as one of those players, Owen, you know what I mean? You don't want to be playing who can play 50 positions. You want to have a set position, for him to progress and be the player that he is. But I just think he's a wonderful player. He's got, even just listening now, it's good that they put these young players on TV to get them to speak to people, learn how to speak, and he looks humble, he looks like he's a bit of a devil in the changing rooms, and he's a bit of a joker, but he talks well for a 19-year-old kid, and he's got to keep his feet on the ground. I've seen a lot of players in my career, where we do get overexcited about players, but he doesn't look like one of those players who's going to do that. He looks like he just wants to keep learning, he wants to keep progressing, and he wants to get better and better.
I can imagine he's the sort of personality you'd want in the dressing room as well.
The best thing about him is that he's smiling. He's enjoying himself. A lot of the young kids, he's right, that come up, they get too much too soon. They focus on sometimes the wrong things. I think for him, every time I watch him play football, it's like Marcus Rashford. Their energy and their effort is there. They might have ups and downs and they might make mistakes, but just play like that. And the thing is, he can play off the right, play off the left. He could probably be a fullback if he wanted to. But when you're that gifted, you got to play closer to the goal because he affects games. He scores goals, he creates them. You think about Willie and all the money they spend in terms of wages. Pepe, he's keeping those guys out the side and not even close. And then they got Martinelli on the other side who does the same. So you got Saka, you got Martinelli. That is... And
Smith Rowe in the middle? Is that the best 3?
Yeah, I think Smith Rowe's good. I think he's smart to the fact that he plays quick. He doesn't take too many touches because he's not a really skillful flair player. But he's decide the game. He gets it to them quick. So I think Mikel Arteta's found a blend here with these young guns to go with Aubameyang.
I'm not sure whether Smith Rowe's quite there yet.
Yeah,
that level, went out alone before Huddersfield, but it's a learning curve for him. You've got to remember, Partey's not been playing at the moment. He's injured.
He's a fabulous player.
When he comes in, Partey, he's a major player for Arsenal. So you can see they're getting there. And 5 weeks ago, we were thinking, what's happened to Arsenal? But you look at the players that they've got there, and it's just a question that when you think about the England setup, the Euros coming in 21 this year, could he be a player, Saka? Where would he play? Because you've got Sterling, you've got Rashford, you've got Sancho, because the way he's playing, he looks like he could be a starter.
I think you could play him I think you could even play him as a left back, depending on the team you're playing against. If you're going to dominate the game, I think you could play. It's almost like having a number 10 at left back. Thinking about what Robertson does for Scotland. So I agree with Incy. The kid is so gifted. You almost got to find a way to get him in your team.
Yeah, we've got actually so many talented fullbacks as well in this league. Well, let's have a look at the second half. So Arsenal are already 2-0 up, and into the second half, Lacazette scores the first goal of that second half.
Yeah, I mean, Owen was talking about Saka, that he smiles a lot all the time, which is a good thing. Lacazette only smiles when he scores, when he's playing, and great clearance. I'm actually laughing at this, and I don't know why, because it just summed West Brom up, this goal. Honestly, Saka again, great clearance. I'm actually laughing at this, and I don't know why, because it just summed West Brom up, this goal. Honestly, Saka again, you think, go on, show him down the right side, great little step over, doesn't whip it in, just guides it in, and great block and a great finish. And West Brom at 6 and 7 zone after this, wouldn't they?
Yeah, the thing I like about it is, Sawyers comes over because he's really left-footed, so he wants to stop him getting on his left, and he just goes down the right. He said, don't worry, I'll do a step over and get across. Great bit of quality. Jai's unlucky, doesn't sort his feet out. It's a bad day. Then he gets one in there. That's even worse. But to be fair, Arsenal were ruthless today. I felt so. Jai was the man of the match at the Etihad when they played so. Him and Sam Johnson. And today, it just wasn't there for them.
No, I don't think they showed any sort of recovery from that 5-0 defeat at the hands of Leeds. Let's look at 4-0. Lacazette again.
I could get his in. As I said, he's good in the last 2 weeks, Lacazette, so he's full of confidence. But this reminds me of the old Arsenal teams I used to play against, and even the Man United teams I played with. It was like the Red Arrows, just bombing forward. And, it was just like feeding time for Arsenal. People just wanted to get in the box and score. You wouldn't have seen this 3 or 4 weeks ago, but just the desire to get into not just Lacazette, but all of them. Zach at the far post, and you see there, there's 5 people in the box when Lacazette scores. And it's just that, when you've got a confident Arsenal who are flying, that's what you see. 5 men in the box, people behind it. But they just feel like they're going to score every attack, Owen. Yeah,
the reason Arsenal are in this position is because they don't score enough. They're actually a pretty good defensive team. They've conceded less goals than Liverpool. But in terms of goals scored, that's where they're struggling. So if they can get that back and keep some clean sheets, then they're going to climb up the table real quick.
Yeah, and Arteta will have so much to be pleased about from that performance. And given the fact it's the first game of the year as well, it's so important to get off to a good start, is it not?
It is, and listen, as a manager, not being a manager, not at such a big club like Arteta was at Arsenal, but I think there was so much expectation for Arteta coming away from Pep. People thought he was going to go to Arsenal and play like Manchester City play. Wasn't the case, but you are under pressure as any manager, let alone the manager of Arsenal, and he's just learning his trade. Got to give a man a chance, give him time. We saw that with Klopp. He's been here 5 years now. They're winning titles and titles. I'll give him the right finances.